Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Copper Dragons here, and I'm going to be playing some Doki Doki Literature Club. So let's hop right in and start a new game. So yeah, I'm going to enter my name, being Copper, and then just continue from there. Alright, let's go ahead and start the game. Hey, I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving your arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again. Oh yeah, keep in mind, there are some darker themes throughout this game. So if you're, like, there's like a full list. There's just so many of them that I don't think I think it would just take way too long for me to read them off. I think there might be a list somewhere online. So, like, starting the next video on this game onward, I'll try and list them off. So yeah, just look it up if you haven't seen them, like, yet. So yeah, I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were, talking about ignoring me. That's mean, Copper. Yeah, I know, I'm a jerk. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want, them to think we're a couple or something. That's also very valid, if I'm being honest. Fine. But you didn't wait for me after all. I guess you don't have to have it in you to be mean if you want to. Oh no, I have it in all of me to be mean if I want to. I do it so often that sometimes people just outright confuse me for a jerk, you know? Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to the school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Copper, have you decided to join a club yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. Well, whenever I was younger, I really wanted to, you know, like, this is actually leading into some lore for this channel. Whenever I was in high school, I believe it was around my freshman or sophomore year, I wanted to make an esports team. Even though that's technically not a club, but still. I turned in, like, some kind of form that I had printed out to, like, some coach or whatever that I had. Never once heard anything about that in the future. So, after high school let out for me, I just decided to repurpose the esports team name that I wanted into the channel, and into the name for this very channel, actually. Since, you know, I kind of didn't want it to go to waste, and, you know, yeah, that's actually some lore for this channel. Heck, if anything, if I didn't fail at getting that esports team, I might not be here today. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did, in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Man, that hit a little too close to home. That hit way too close to home there. Like, spending most of my time inside playing games and watching anime. That is a little too close to me, because that's exactly what I do. Man, yeah, I know that's a little pathetic sounding, but still, I don't really have much else to do, because I never have anybody to hang out with, you know? I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? I don't know if I trust you, Sayori. Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs, if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Honestly, I never really, outside of that esports team I already mentioned, I never really wanted to join clubs, you know? Because most of the clubs that I had in school, either A, I wasn't allowed to join because of some stupid restriction that specifically my classes had, and it was only on, that one specific class. That, or they just didn't outright interest me at all, you know? That stupid restriction I brought up, it was some stupid restriction preventing everyone in my homeroom, from joining any, sports team or club or whatever, or some bull crap like that. I don't even know why that was in place, by the way. As far as I knew, everyone was, pretty well behaved around others, for the most part anyways. So the fact that they prevented us from, actively having a social life outside of school was so stupid to me, you know? But either way, let's continue on the game. Will you at least promise me, you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? I mean... well, actually, keep in mind, the game said, whenever I first launched it, it was, before I started the video, it said that all characters are 18, so... Yeah, but either way, I mean, come on, most guys are pretty well captivated by, pretty girls sometimes. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if it does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Man, is this this character feels like an insert of me. And I didn't even write the story. I didn't even have any input on this game for that matter. Yet this character feels so much like an input of me, to some degree. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Man, why does this hit so hard to me? Hello? Sayori. Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. Man, I space out a lot too, even sometimes during the videos that I have on this channel. Though it's not by much anyways, it's only for about a couple minutes. So yeah. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm surprised. I mean, I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, know what? Well, you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. I'm a meanie, huh? Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club. She inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Alright. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyways? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki, even made cupcakes and everything. Who's Natsuki? Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning to have planned all of this out. I'm gonna pause the recording real quick. Alright, sorry about that. Let's just continue the game. I let out a long sigh. Man, I let out long sighs pretty often, and yeah, this game is just all too relatable with the main character for me. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Is the main character EDP? Sorry, I just had to say it. I mean, come on, that was just way too perfect of a setup. Like, genuinely it is. Yes, let's go. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Please just stop talking about selling your soul for a cupcake and stopping by for cupcakes. Like, that genuinely doesn't help out, like, your case at all, especially with what cupcakes are relevant to with that kind of phrasing. You know, I dejectedly followed Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Alright. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the place. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure to meet you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? And what's the problem with that? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Copper. What a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. Oh, all words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure, makes her look like a first-year student. She is also the one who made, the cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Wow, Sayori and Natsuki look very similar. I mean, come on. Like, Sayori looks like she could be Natsuki's older sister or something. You know, Sayori, says that quietly into my ear, then turns back to the other girls. Anyways, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. This is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica. Is that right? That's right. Something seems off about Monica, particularly since her name is more Western compared to the more Japanese, like more Asian based names, which I'm assuming are more Japanese if I had to take a guess. Something about her seems off. Um, so yeah, it's great to see you again, Copper. Monica smiles sweetly. What do you mean, see you again? We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. Yeah. So having her smiles at me so genuinely feels a little. You too, Monica. Come sit down, Copper. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? Alright. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Sayori, as Sayori mentioned, it's been widened, so there is one more space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! I'm not even gonna attempt to read that text box. Natsuki lifts the foil off of the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. Honestly, judging by the icing, that they so far sound delicious. So cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, just hurry up and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica, I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Take a bite by the chocolate. Everybody loves chocolate. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I haven't heard this somewhere. Haven't I heard this somewhere before? I don't think I have. Hold on, I'm gonna pause the recording. Alright, sorry about that. Made them for you or anything? I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. But not for you, you dummy. Oh, we got a tsundere character here. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I don't know, because I don't drink tea or any sort of caffeine products. Like, I hate coffee and I hate tea. I've tried them both. The only time I'll ever drink coffee is if it has like a bunch of fillers and all this other stuff in it. like a lot of creamer, like powdered creamer, and a lot of milk and a lot of sugar. That's the only point I'll drink it at. I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not insulted. Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? Sayori. I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Honestly, I can't even stand politics in general either. If it feels like nothing about arguing about the budget and feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. Oh my god, that one text bubble was so difficult for me to read. Jesus Christ, I'm having struggles. I'd rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. Okay. And if I encourage others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. You're weird, Monica. I feel really concerned about you. Monica is really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. And I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You should put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. Honestly, I like a little bit of reading here and there. I really do. But it's mostly manga and, like nerd culture books or whatever. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. I mean, that is true whenever it comes to team-based stuff. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can really grow this club before we graduate. Alright. I don't know if we can, considering I'm the 5th member, but still. Right, everyone? Yeah? We'll do our best. I'm gonna pause the recording real quick. Alright, sorry about that. Let's just continue the game. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these 3. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. Honestly, I know I can, but this is a little too much for me. So Copper, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really know a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking about... I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. What about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Honestly, that's actually some kind of books I do like reading myself. Heck, I play a lot of fantasy games and watch a lot of fantasy anime too. Fantasy has to be by far one of my top 3 genres altogether. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She does seem reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds comfort in the world of books, not people. But I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror recently. Honestly, I love horror too. I genuinely do. Heck, looking at a lot of my backlog of videos on this channel, you can tell that I love horror. You can tell that so fast. Just by looking at the sheer amount of Resident Evil videos I have on this channel alone, automatically screams that. Then there's also Dead Rising, Dead Space, and a bunch of other horror games too. I think there's also some more obscure horror games on this channel too, like You Are Being Followed, which is a VR horror game for the original PSVR 1. But either way, I'm getting kind of sidetracked by my nerding out here. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story that makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Screw you, Natsuki! Horror's a great genre! Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gave you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything about you, everything you do is just cute as you are. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is the writer is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open your readers, exposing your vulnerableness and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have a writing experience too, Yuri? You know what? Actually, I'm gonna save this for next video. I've been playing for a decent portion by now. I'm gonna save this for next video. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.